So let's start, students. We'll today continue further with the next topic, but I hope all assignment videos is completed by you all. Yeah, unary operators completed. You have also completed data types and typecasting. So we'll continue further and we'll learn few more things. But before that, we will start with installation of Eclipse today. Okay. So we will learn how to install the required softwares. I will be teaching you many IDEs. It is not just limited to Eclipse. So we'll be starting off with Eclipse. We'll use this. Then our projects, I will be using IntelliJ. We'll spend a lot of time using IntelliJ. We will learn debugging here, shortcuts, everything. I'll also teach you a tool STS, right? And when you're learning Angular, that's where you guys can use Visual Studio Code. So all IDEs exposure eventually slowly you will be getting. So don't start any debate. I will not use Eclipse, I will use IntelliJ. Some other fellow will tell no, use this one. Popularly in company, IntelliJ is kind of popular. Company's popularity is more towards IntelliJ because my personal experience, when I'm using Eclipse and it's a larger project, it starts getting crashed, especially when microservices project we are developing, which I personally noticed that there are 5-6 projects I'm running at a time. Then Eclipse is not that capable of handling it. But when we look at IntelliJ, even if I'm starting multiple projects, you see here there are so many projects now in microservices. I'm building this project individually, but I want to run all of them. Even if I start all of them, still the application would not crash. The performance issues, you will not start noticing it. Very beautifully designed. We will use this part. Let's not debate on that as of now. If you now go here, another project, API example. See, right now one project is running. Can you see that? I'll run another project now. Can you see here, automatically, this red button, it will show now the number of projects running too. See, there's two return here. That's what we will be doing it when we work on projects. Microservices means multiple projects we will have to build and make them communicate with each other. Then you see here, I'm starting another project. Let's say the third one. So IntelliJ does not crash. It's very stable. But yes, Eclipse will have trouble. As a beginner, start with Eclipse. Some companies even today are using Eclipse. So some experience exposure to Eclipse IDE is required. See, third project started. Can you see that? Due to some port number issue, it has stopped. Okay, 8080 failed to start. Stop all. Now let's see how to install Eclipse and how to use Eclipse. The first step before using Eclipse, every student should ensure they go online and search for download JDK. Until and unless you don't download JDK, you will not be able to use Eclipse. Okay, so JDK is important. JDK is responsible to compile your program and run your .class file. That compiler to compile your program, which we studied earlier, I talked about Java programs are being compiled, and for that we require a compiler, and that compiler is given by JDK kit. Okay, it's given by what? JDK. And once it is compiled, you get the .class file. That .class file to run, we require a runtime environment, and that is again given by JDK. Now the version that I see here, 25, you can download that as well. But don't download any version below 17 of Java. Okay. I already have a lot of versions in my system. You can check like this. Go to C drive. Then you go to program files. Java. You see I've installed 17, 21, 22, 23, 24. Any number of JDK installation you can do it here. But anything below 17, if you're using today, Spring Boot will not work. Spring Boot requires minimum 17 version of Java and above. Okay, so I'm going to go here and now click on Windows. You see here there is an installer given and there's a .exe file. Among these two, you can download the one MSI Microsoft installer is also fine, or .exe file. Now once you do that, the downloading will begin. Wait for the complete download to happen. Wait. Okay. Now that it is downloaded, open the folder. It's a Microsoft installer, meaning just double click on that. That's it. And the installation will begin. Click on run. And you notice welcome to installation wizard for Java development kit. So this will give you compiler and runtime environment. Version is 25. Okay. Click on next. Then it shows where is it going to install. By default, it is installing in C drive, program files, Java, JDK. Can you see that here? That's the default path where Java is getting installed. I'll not disturb, I'll go with that. And now when you click on next, installation has started. Like this, you will firstly install JDK because this is the one responsible to run your Java program, compile your Java program. But now we require some IDE where I can write my Java programs. Let's firstly install this. Okay. Now observe installation is done. You can just cross check. Go to your Java folder. A new entry got created. Can you see that? 25. Now once this is done, go online and type here Eclipse. And when you type Eclipse, okay, do not forget to mention Eclipse, okay, JEE download. Now what is this JEE? If you're downloading Eclipse, ensure you're downloading with this feature so that web development can be done later. If you do not download Eclipse for Java EE, then you will not be able to do web development. Are you understanding now? For the web development to be done, like HTML, JavaScript, servlets, all of these things will require Eclipse for Java EE. Now once you click on that, click here and you will see again under Windows x86-64. You see that here? Now when was this released? Be careful about it. This is Kepler version. I feel this is an older one, right? I'll go with more downloads 2025. I don't want the older version. So I'm going with the latest version of download now. Please see this year 2025 written down. Go with that year and download. Okay. So already good amount of downloads has happened. Can you see that here? Okay, 11,56,876 people have already downloaded it. So now I'm going to click on Windows and download this one. Click on it and then you will see that if the download does not begin, click on this button and the download should start. Now this will take a bit of time, not 1 hour, don't worry. Should be 1 or 2 minutes, it will get completed. Okay. Download speed is less today. Okay, no issues. What I see here, okay, a problem. So nothing to worry. I already have this installer downloaded. If you just go here, right, to downloads, somewhere the installer would have been downloaded by me. You see there is one installer. Can you see that here now? Once you download, this is the file you will be getting it. Let me pause this part as it's taking time. So we'll not waste time. You just go to the download. Okay, once you download, you'll get this file downloaded. Okay, now double click on it, and you will get one window. Okay, double click on it and you will get one window. Fine. Now the window that you see here, carefully you need to select the window. Be a bit careful while you're selecting that particular window, and that will take time. Okay, it is going to take time. Have patience. Fine. So should we install? Yeah, you can install from Oracle Java. So see, this window somewhere is getting opened up. Huh. So I have here now, okay, I have here now, let me close all these files. Right. Now I have this window. After you double click, you will get this window. Don't be in hurry. Read carefully. If the first one I'm installing, then I can use only Java. But the second one when I'm installing, I can use Java, and also this is what we have to install. Don't be in hurry. Okay. You will install this and later additional work we will have to do. So let's go with this. Click on it, and then you see very clearly it's telling if you want to use this Eclipse in your, there should be Java minimum version 21 and above, which means this Eclipse will not work with 17 version of Java. So what's happening? The JDK that is downloaded now, Eclipse will use that JDK and will provide one platform to write Java code. It is an IDE. Okay, it is a development environment where people will write Java code, edit Java code. But Eclipse cannot do anything until and unless it has JDK linked with it. So when I'm doing this now, it is linking JDK, going to same folder automatically. Can you see that here? C, program files, Java, JDK 21. Now if you want some other version, you can select that as well. But it has to be higher than this. Anything lower than that option only I don't see 17, because the 17 version is not compatible with it. Okay, so if you see here an error, understand the version of JDK in your system is not enough for this Eclipse to start and run. Okay, so now let's click on install, but before that ensure one shortcut desktop, this icon is checked, so that you'll have some desktop shortcut. Now you see a lot of Eclipse I have. Can you see that? Any number of Eclipse you can have it, doesn't matter, but I have lot of Eclipse. Okay, so now let's go ahead and click on install. The installation will begin, and that will take a bit of time for the installation to finish. Okay, so with patience wait and ensure your laptops are fully charged. It does not shut down in between while you're doing this. Then half installation happened, then you will be into more trouble. Okay, so let's wait, there's no other option. Okay, so while this is getting installed, I will now go back, as I have already Eclipse installed here. Okay, lot of Eclipse is there here, so let me later on remove some of the Eclipse from my system, because unnecessarily it is consuming lot of space, right? So let me try here, going here, right? You can just go here, add or remove programs, and I'll do it later, right? Let me do it later, and let me try to delete that off. Let's not do that now. So here it is going to install, but without wasting time now, I already have Eclipse, so let me launch anyone. Once you have installed, you will get this icon on your system. So I will just double click on it and I will launch. And this part I will just discard. Did you understand now? So that installation will take place. Otherwise, one more Eclipse will get installed, which I don't want. Once you install, you will get this icon because you have selected the option create desktop shortcut. Correct? Once you double click, it's asking for the workspace path. Now, what is this workspace? Just blindly don't start doing work. Understand what are you doing and then do the work. It's not just about installing Eclipse and then successfully installed work is done. Read everything. What is it telling? So workspace here it says that when you are developing projects in Eclipse, where do you want to save those projects in your system? Right? So I want to save my projects in G Drive. Let me create one folder. Right click, new. I'll create one folder called as November underscore 12th underscore batch. So now whatever projects I create, let's say in Eclipse I'll create hundreds of projects. All hundreds of projects will be present here. Okay, that's the meaning of workspace. The folder in which you want all your projects to be present. Now when you click on launch, Eclipse will launch. Okay, I change that particular workspace path. Usually it will be pointing to C drive in your case. You can just create a folder the way I did and you can decide where you want all your projects to be present. Is this clear? Okay. Now once this is done, you will get a welcome page. Just close that. No use. And let's create our first Java project. So go to file, go to new and select here others. If you don't see Java here, select others and type here Java. Got it? Select Java project and now give your project a name. I'll give this project a name, app. See, where is it creating? Can you see the folder now? The one that I selected in workspace. Inside that folder now you see it's creating my project. App underscore Java underscore, and I will select the second radio button because I wish to use JDK21. I selected JDK21 during Eclipse installation if you remember. It was written down Java 21 plus. So I selected JDK21 and I want this to be used for compiling my programs. Is this clear? And then you click on finish. Okay, you click on what? Finish. Fine. Our first Java project is being created. Now, this is a perspective window. For now, it is not required. I will just click on no and just create a project. We'll discuss about the perspective window bit later. The next thing, I need to create one class. You'll just right click, go to new, and you selected an option called as class. Give it a name A. And the first thing that you would do is set the font size. As this font is very small, you can increase and decrease the font like this. Control plus plus, increase the font, minus minus, control minus minus, decrease. Control plus plus, increase. Now I want to create a main method. So we have something called as a proposal window. You just type the shortcut main, control space bar, and you get one proposal window, which gives you an option with the ready-made templates. You see this here now, template proposals. Okay, so you just type the shortcut and select the template proposal and main method is auto completed. You just type here main, control space bar, and that will give you a proposal window, meaning you select that and it will give you the structure that you see here on your right hand side. You select this is what you get. You select this is what you get. I want this main method. Now I want to basically put one system.out.println. So I will write here SYSO. That's a shortcut in Eclipse, control space bar. And you put here 100. Now very importantly, a very important shortcut key is this public void test. And now when I try to return value, you see an error. Whenever you want to resolve errors in Eclipse, just go to that error and press Ctrl 1. Okay, and that will automatically give you a solution for your error. Right? So just press Ctrl 1 and that's giving you a solution. Do you want to change the return type to return or do you want to change the method return type to int? I'll change the method return type to int. Did you understand? Control 1 will be very oftenly used to get the suggestions to solve the problem in Eclipse. Every IDE has got this shortcut. In Eclipse we are using Control 1. In IntelliJ IDEA, we will use Alt Enter. In Visual Studio, Control dot. Control what? Dot. Full stop that you see on your keyboard. So like this, there are shortcuts given in every IDE, and that will help you to use your IDE more strongly when you know the shortcuts. Now let's go here. Let's write some more code. Int x is equal to 100, and let's go here SYSO. Let's print x. Now if you notice, I'm not writing this keyword, automatically it will get appended. I'm using x, which is a non-static variable. I'm not even using object's address. Automatically this internally will get converted to this dot x. Did you understand that now? But this is applicable only when the method is non-static, because in static method this keyword cannot work. It will give you error now. See, if the method is non-static, automatically this keyword will get added up. Okay. Now you want to see where is this variable declared. Where is this variable declared, right? Or let's say you want to see what is the content of my class. How many variables are there, methods are there, constructors are there. I want to see the complete content of the class in shortcut manner. When you're working in any company, it might happen that there are thousands of lines of code in your file present. Now locating a particular method will become difficult. Locating a particular method or anything, or looking at the content of class becomes difficult. So we just press here, write some shortcuts. Now what are the shortcuts? So the list of shortcuts that you see here, I have put that in your notes. Let me show you that one by one. Let's see this here. So you just go to this notes, Control F, and this time search for Eclipse. And you see here Control space bar, Content Assist, Code Completion. Example SYSO and main. Control 1, Quick Fix. Then we have Control O, right? We have Control O. That is what you see here. So what happens when you print Control O? You see that I get all the content of my methods. Can you see that here now? Of my class, variable, constructor, main, test. Click on main, it takes you there. If you want to see all the methods, all the variables, all the constructors that is being developed in that class, just press Control O, and that will give you all the content of the class as a summary, right? That is the meaning of Control O. Then after, that's a quick outline, shows methods, fields of your current class, right? Example, this is my current class. It has some methods, variables, everything. So if I now copy this, I go back here, rename the class, copy the whole code like this, and you can just practice it this way. Go back here, paste it. We'll get an error because the class name was A. How will you resolve the error? Control 1, rename the file. You saw that? Error is gone. That important Control 1 is a quick suggestion for resolving errors. Now I want to see the content of class. Control O. You see, there's a variable, name and age. There's a constructor. C written here. That's a constructor. These are methods, things like that. Okay. Now let's continue further. Now the next example is this. What you get it. Now I want, many a times you're working on the projects and you would be interested to know where is this variable declared. I want to know where is this variable created. Smaller files you will just scroll down, scroll up, done. But when you're on working on bigger projects, definitely finding out where is this variable declared, where is this variable present, it will really become challenging. So we use a shortcut to find the declaration, which is something called as F3. Just place the cursor on that variable and press F3. See, directly it goes there. Example, I will use here that variable age. Automatically this keyword will get added up. Now click here and press F3 on your keyboard. Is it taking to the declaration? Is it now showing where the variable is declared? Yes or no? Same way. The next thing, we have something called as control plus dot. Now this is applicable when you see some errors in your program. You go back. There are a lot of errors and you want to go to these errors one by one. How do I now fix this error? Control 1 and get the suggestion, resolve it. Now I want to know, I'm at the current error. This is your first error. When you press control plus dot, it will take you to the next error in the file. You saw that? Suppose now imagine one error is at line 1, another error at line number 500, another error at line number 1000, another error at some other line. So you cannot keep scrolling down. Will you scroll all 5000 lines? What you will do? Place the cursor on the first error, that will control dot automatically takes you to the next error. The shortcuts, by practicing you will remember. Okay, I hope this part is clear for all of you. Any doubts, questions, queries, do you have it? Please tell me. Any doubts, questions, queries, do you have it? Please tell me so far. We will extensively use debugging. Okay, throughout my course I will keep using debugging, because you need not remember Java code. You have to develop that art of working with any Java code and understanding with debugging. Got it? Students, freshers here, what they tend to do, see, control O gives me all the content of the class. Ashwin, control O I pressed. What is it showing? There is one variable and there is a main method present. Yes or no? It is showing me the content of the class. Ashwin. So, to become a Java programmer, it is not that you by heart programs. That's the first habit you have to leave. Because freshers, they will now get tensed up. How do I remember so many things? And then they start by hearting programs. How many programs will you by heart? They try to memorize. They tell, I forget things. And then what they do is they also waste a lot of time watching on YouTube things where there is no roadmap. In between something they learn. Then they get into big trouble. See, for placements, we have to remember content. But what content to remember for placements? Our place students are already giving interview questions. Every month we are doing one alumni meet. December 20th, again we are doing one alumni meet. Yes or no? Every alumni meet, we are gathering questions. For every question, prepare an answer in your notebook. That is the content you have to remember. Rest everything, develop an art. If anybody gives a code, how do I understand that code by debugging? So you will not have that fear that a new code analyzing that, how will I do it? That fear would have been gone. Are you understanding now? How do you debug? We've already started, no Mintu. Slowly we have started debugging in Eclipse. I already started. I'm using it in my class. Now Eclipse you install. You debug the code. Yes or no? You debug the code now, whatever I'm teaching and understand. We already started that. Almost 4 classes I'm using debugging. Okay, you have to be regular to the classes. Okay. Now, let's continue further. Now we are going to learn the next concept in Java, which is called as packages. What is the next concept? We are going to learn the concept called as packages in Java. So what are packages in Java? What do you mean by a package? Simple terms, guys. Packages in Java are nothing but folders that we are creating. Now, why we should create a folder, by the way? What is the necessity for creating folder? Forget about Java program. I want to create a folder in my system. Why do you create folders? Organizing my files. For example, I have some 5-6 resume templates. I'll keep it in a folder, right? Called as resume, and I'll keep some templates of my resume in that, which I'll use it for my interview purpose later. I found some resume online. I liked the template. I downloaded, kept it with me for future use. 5-6 resumes I downloaded. I've kept it in my folder for future use. So folders are used for organizing things. Imagine you downloaded some, nowadays some new dance is getting viral. Which dance is that? Some dance I'm seeing. Which dance is that? Chikri. See, no, they know all these things. Java, they don't know. Right? So now if you observe, the point is, right, you downloaded some audio, video, something, you went ahead and put that in one folder. Yes or no? You're keeping that in one folder. Why? Easy locating. Some music, one folder. Why? Easy locating. Yes or no? See, this is where basically when we guys are talking about, all these folders, everything, right? Keep this in mind. It will take care of organizing things. Same way, when you develop programs, so many different kinds of programs I might develop. I might develop all logical code. Logical code. Okay, I'm developing some logical code like how to send email, how to send SMS, how to send WhatsApp. Okay, how to probably apply a logic for booking system, a doctor appointment booking system logic. Okay, so I'm applying logic for, okay, booking systems. Correct. I'm applying logic for reminders, auto reminders to be sent. Correct. This is what I'm doing it now. Email, SMS, WhatsApp, logic for booking system, auto reminders, etc. Now, all this is logical part of my project. I will keep all logical part in one folder. Make sense? So that tomorrow if I want to modify any logic, I can go ahead and modify that particular logic. Basically, I can modify that logic because I know where is this logic code developed and kept. If you don't use a folder and you just keep writing the logical code here and there, tomorrow it will become very difficult to maintain. When the project becomes bigger, where will you find out where is that code? So this gives us a structure in project. By packages, we create structure. Like how when we construct a house, we create a structure. That this is where bedroom will be, this is where this will be, this is where this will be. We create a structure. Yes or no? This is how it works. Now, the next thing, if you notice, email, SMS, WhatsApp, logic for booking system, auto reminders. Now observe the next thing. The next thing is I might have some code related to my front end. Correct? The front end code, how my UI should look, how my front end of the code should look. That is one part. I'll keep it in one place. Segregating your project code and grouping that as one unit logically, for that we require folders. Imagine my project, I'm uploading photos. I would like to keep all photos in one place, right? So like this, we want our project code to be written down in organized manner, not however you want. Then tomorrow developer will, let's say, logical code, he has put that in some other folder, and some logical code some other folder, some logical code some other folder. Now what? This will definitely cause me problem. Rather, I will follow some convention. I'll create one folder called as service, and when I now name the folder as service, means all my logical code I'll keep in this folder only. So usually we name that folder as service, or we call that as model. We call that as what? So this is the folder name usually we will follow to keep all my logical code in one place. Imagine I want to write Java code that reads data from the user. That's not the logical code. This is the code which is interacting with the front end. Correct? So I might create another folder called as controller. Another folder called as controller. Controller will take the data from HTML and give it to service layer. Correct? So when I now create a folder controller, I know all that code which is responsible to read data from HTML and give it to the backend logical area should be kept in controller layer. If I don't use folders and start writing code, it will become very tough, very difficult for you to maintain your project at the later stage. I hope this part is clear. Now let's see how does this work. Of course, we will be using this when we work on project. If you notice, I'm working on projects here. There are so many folders created by me. Can you see that here? I've created a service layer where I'm planning to write all my logical part. Then there is some exceptions, entities, DTOs, control. Like this, we create folder structure. And every folder is meant for a particular kind of code to be kept in it. Let's not worry about what are these things. Beginners right now you cannot understand. But I'm doing this in my project. The reason is because all my logical code I'll keep it here. Like the service layer has a logical code. Some logical code has been written down here. Correct? Now in this layer, see, I'm writing all the code, all my logic. How to get data from database, how to delete data from database, right? All that basic logic we are developing here. Or if you notice here also we have done that. I'm developing some doctor service. Correct? Appointment system. See, there is a packaging structure first I created. Folders. And now I will ensure if any business logic I develop, I will put it in this folder only. And every developer will follow the same. Got it? So when every developer are following the same structure of development, tomorrow he left the job, I joined the company, looking at service folder, remember, okay, all the logic is kept in one place. At least when it is in one place, identifying, locating, modifying, updating will become little easier for me. Do you agree or not? Yes. Now there are conventions to create these folders, which we will see one by one. You cannot create it however you want. But let's start with basic folder creation or basic package creation. I'll not use the term folder now. We will start using the technical term now, which is called as package. Okay, let's start. Right click, go to new, and you select here package. Now package names, when you give, it should not be in uppercase. It should not start with a number. You cannot give 1p. Package name should not have special characters, avoid that. And package name should not be keyword like new. See, got an error. Package name you start with 1p, you got an error. Package name you're giving here as static, you got an error. Right? The package name that I am talking about should be starting with character followed by number is okay. For now I'm giving it as p1. Now when I create this, let me delete one default package that was here. Now right click on the package, go to properties, and it will give you the location where is this folder created. Just copy this location or click on this button. It will take you to that location. I created p1 as package, but what it ended up creating? This folder is right now empty. Yes or no? Now I'll go to this package p1 and I'll create a class A. Now you notice on the top there is a package keyword return with a folder name. What does it mean? This class A, that is this file a.java that I created, is present inside this package p1, right? This particular a.java file that I created now, that's present in what? p1. You can cross check. Right click, properties, click on the button, see p1, double click, see where is a.java created in? p1. Yes or no? Now let me create one more file here. Okay, so now how many classes are created in p1? This, both the files are now kept in which folder? p1. Go to properties. Do you see that here now? Yeah. Now what I'll do, I'll create another package. Right click, new, create another package called as p2. Now in this p2 package, I will now create another class called as c. So this c.java file is present in which folder? p2. p2. You can check that. Right click, properties, click on this. Where is this present? Inside p2, what is present? Now I'll do one thing. I will create folder within folder. I'll create a folder p3.p4.p5. So now p4, p3 folder is created. Inside that there will be p4, inside that p5. Check this out. Right click, properties, click here. Now see, we are in which folder? See, go back, p3. Inside p3 what got created? Inside p4 what got created? Now p5 is empty. Yes or no? Usually we'll create folders like this only in project. Folder within folder. Right click, new, create a class in that. D. See the package convention now? And this file is present in the last folder now. A folder within folder. Right click, properties, click. See this here? P5 has that file. Is this clear, everyone? Now what I'll do is, I'll close all windows like this. And now I'll open these two classes. Okay? Are they present in same folder? Now I'll go to class B and add a main method. When you add, you see there's a small star mark, which means your file is not saved. So even before you run, click on save button, and there should not be any unsaved content. Some beginners might do that, they forget to save, then they come back to me, sir, the code is not working. Right? So because you have not saved the file, you did not see that properly, save the file, make it a habit. Here auto saving will not happen in Eclipse. IntelliJ, you need not do that. You just keep writing the code. Code will keep getting saved in IntelliJ. Okay. Now here, I'm creating object of A in B. Do you see any error? I can do this. I can create object of class A in another class. This is possible in Java. I'm creating object of A in class B. Any error do you see? Save the file. No error. Both are in same package. One class object I could create in another class without any additional efforts. There is no problem. But now I'll close this B. I'll open C. Now can you tell me C is present in which folder? P2. And A is present in which folder? Now let's try to do this. I will now type A1 is equal to new A. What do you see? Why error? They're in different folders. You cannot use it like this now. Now when you see an error, what is the shortcut in Eclipse? Place the cursor, Control 1. Quick suggestion. What is it telling? Import. Which means whenever you are accessing a class present in different package, on the top you have to write import p1 dot class name. Then only you will be able to use that. Import will be used when you're accessing a class present inside different folder. Now you can just do it this way. Need not even type. Go to the error, press Control 1, select. You see? That important, your Control plus 1 key is going to be in Eclipse. Is this clear, everyone? Yeah? Now observe. Let's go here. Let's delete this. Okay, let me open this up now. A and B. A and B, are they in the same folder? Yes or no? Now, I will delete this import. Let me delete this import. Fine. Let me write here main. Let's write here now A1 is equal to new A. What do you see? Error. B1 is equal to new B. What do you see here? Error. Why error? So press Control 1, import. Press Control 1, import. Error gone? Is error gone? Click on this button to save the file. Okay? When you click on this button, all files will get saved. Okay? All files will get saved. Or there's a shortcut. Control Shift plus S. Control Shift plus S. If there are 100 files, everything will get saved. Okay? Now see, instead of writing 2 lines, I can write here star. A regular expression. This means whatever is present in folder P1, make that accessible in P2. The sequence is important. You have to always write package first, import and then class. You cannot reverse the sequence. You reverse the sequence, it will not work. Okay? You reverse the sequence, it will not work. What do you see? Package first, then import, then class. Keep that in mind. Analyze the program. Students, able to understand this? How do you split the screen? Just drag and drop. Drag and drop. Are you understanding now? So you have that adjustment of UI in Eclipse. We can split the screen this way. You will never create a class in P4. We don't follow that practice. But yes, you can do that. If you want to do that, you can do that. We can move the file. I'll show you that later. But firstly, did you understand this program? But we will never do that. We will always create our files in the last folder. We will never create in P4. That practice is a bad practice. Okay? Everybody got this program? Yes? Okay. Now, the next thing. What I will do now is I will go here. I'll delete this part. Now, let's say we don't know inheritance as of now. We don't know inheritance. Leave that, no problem. I'm simply using some Java keyword, think like that. Okay? I'm typing here extends A. Is there any error? I'm able to use class A without any import. Why? Packages are same. Now let's do one thing. Let's go here. Delete this part. Now, I'll use extends A. Forget about extends keyword. I'm seeing an error. Can you guess why there is an error? Packages are different. So what you should do? Import. How will you import? Press Control 1 and import. Did you understand now? Everybody got it now? Yes, any questions, any queries, do you have it? Please tell me. We'll come to that inheritance. Let's not rush, Himanshu. Right? We're learning packages first, because after that I'll be teaching you inheritance, and after that you'll be learning access specifier, public, private, protected, all of those things. Is this part clear? Will you practice this much now? See you again tomorrow then.